pairs of my girlfriend's shoes.
Oh no.
Easily like $300 in shoes.
That's gnarly.
Damn.
I mean, those shoes, I don't remember how much they were. They're like the made in England ones.
Mm.
But, you know.
You know.
Sometimes we like that.
How do we add... Oh, wait.
What?
Is the...
Oh, okay. Never mind. I think I found it. I was gonna say, how do we add resistances and stuff? But I think I found it.
I also had the same question.
Oh my gosh.
I think what I'm doing is I just clicked on the box that says defenses, and then you can add your own, like, resistance. There it is. Enter source node.
Is that like under... It's under features and traits?
It's at the top. Hold on. Get this away. Next to your armor class, there's a box that says defenses and conditions, and defenses. At least that's what it says.
Oh
in mine.
my gosh.
Oh my
I just clicked
lord.
in that space.
Yeah, and then when
And
you
then
click...
there's like a drop down that says customize.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Wow. Big time.
Yeah, so just important for you guys to do that,
Okay.
and keep track of it so that because you guys have enough, but I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to who's taken more or less damage. So obviously immunity means nothing happens. Resistance is half damage, like when Grog does rage, and vulnerability means you take double damage from something. So instead of having it, you double it. So specific instances for you guys, because of your wellspring boons that you all have. Fixing cables. Okay, neat.
Mine's still living here.
Oh yes. You have a little thing. Great. Yeah, and pulled this up just as like a meta thing. Shadow has a new stat block for you guys to check out. Should be in your like extras tab under pets. But the full explanation of his stat block is in this link here, which you can just go from your character sheet back to the campaign page and read that. You don't have to do it now, but it's a thing that makes him a little bit stronger as you guys level up. So it's a pretty neat thing, and yeah. So depending on who he's, with for the day, which will usually be Azilia, but basically he can be, following people around if you decide to split a party effectively. Doesn't always have to be with Azilia. And he has some other fun little traits that Azilia has access to with some custom spells, as well as a few of you have your other custom spells, so that then you can cast them. I wasn't going to go through and add all of your abilities, because it's easy enough to just like look at the card and have that at hand, because that's a lot to put together in a separate feat.
Heyo, Adrian, what's up, dude?
Cool. I guess we're just waiting for Haley. Yeah, and I pulled this up. This is the thing that I mentioned before. I had the party goal, additional goals. Been reading up on basically like a GM theory, and feels better to like have a space where everyone can look and be like, okay, this is what we've agreed to do. And this the additional party goals is actually pulled those from Grog's thing, because I presume each of you heard that, but of course Grog wants to share his experience encountering the uh, void dragon in that strange astral projection. You're all free to do that.
Like Scoob, it's totally fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. But basically, so you have like your main goal, which is the current thing. Additional goals are like other things that you guys can decide to pursue. Personal goals are sort of things that, if your character wants to do them, sort of like personal things that you've found. One of the main things that I haven't put in there because I did this like before was basically Ada needing to find an heir to the Autumn Court. Is like something character specific to your PC.
But there's air all around us, Daniel.
I know, right? Well, this air is a little bit different because it's spelled like hair with an E instead of an A.
Shit.
My hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get into this, and we're waiting for Haley, obviously. What hat do I wear? I'm repping Thomas. So I got a baseball cap.
Okay.
Or the beanie.
Ooh. You know it's gonna be the baseball cap. It's not cold enough for a beanie.
Does this
yet.
even fit my head? Oh, this is
Yeah,
some
you and I got
Where's
big
Waldo
heads.
type shit, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the baseball cap. Here we go. Ugh.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, Seth, do you know how to hide
like
the
the baseball
non-video people
I can.
in Discord, just so that Chip isn't taking up like extra space
Oh yeah.
for you? Yeah. If you're, I don't know, are you streaming now, or are we waiting for Haley?
We are live, people.
Oh, neat.
Oh my god.
Wait, is anybody
That would be a
watching?
terrible
Yes, there are people watching.
Oh, great. Cool. I think we have comments off, just so it's like you can observe however much you want.
Yeah.
But we play D&D our way. So,
Yeah. If you don't like
Uh,
it, you can fucking leave.
I'm gonna be.
yeah, truly. If you don't like this, you can leave.
You can leave. You have the option to get the fuck out.
Yeah. My DMs are closed on Instagram, so don't message me there because I'm not gonna see it until after this.
How do I remove Chip?
In the top of Discord, you're gonna see the 3-button thing, and you'll have the check mark to hide non-video. participants.
Wow, I didn't know that. Look at us.
Yeah,
We're learning.
So you guys can actually all do that and then save some screen real estate.
Wow.
If you haven't already done that.
That's
It's
knuckin'
non-video.
futs, dude.
Yeah, and same thing. You can also, when he's up in the little thing where it's like the little participants, you can also right-click on him, and you'll be able to adjust his volume,
Damn.
up or down.
Do you want me to do the thing that you messaged me about right now, or should we just wait?
Yeah, just do it now, just so I can put you in with the rest of the gang. I realize we didn't do it before because it was just solo, but because you'll all be together, potentially with Rock.
Gotcha.
It'll be sort of like we'll be going in sort of a variant initiative.
Gotcha. Okay, I did it.
Incredible. Is that in the game log?
Yes.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, now I can see it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I also pulled this up so people can see the rolls.
Woo!
If they want, so you can always share a little nat one. But if you guys don't want to have the game log there and just shout them out, that's totally fine too.
What are you talking about? Where is this?
Oh, I'm just because we're for reference, it's the thing that I'm sharing on my screen right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just has the game log there, but I'll probably close it and bring it up. I guess if people want to look at the campaign, the link is there. Yeah, and then you can read up on meta stuff. Cool. I will insert you in the initiative. You're smack in the middle. Congratulations. Oh boy.
I
Well-
have the stream up also, and it's very confusing.
Yeah.
Wait,
Twitch.
wait. Is
Ah,
the stream link
Twitch.
in the Donde?
Oh, did you drop it in the D&D chat, or is this what's your thing, Seth?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Games.
Yeah.
Underscore. See if I can remember my login.
Yeah. The title of the stream is called Baldur's Gate in real life.
Baldur's Gate IRL.
Yeah.
Well, if I Google you, I see Star City Games.
Hey,
so,
that's kind of close.
yeah. So apparently you don't.
I don't exist.
You don't exist on Twitch.
That's okay.
Or on the you don't exist in the first 414,000 Google results for Starboard Games Twitch.
Shucks.
All
Okay,
right.
here we go. I am sharing it
Day.
to the Discord.
Hell yeah.
What the hell is our
The
thing called?
Discord.
Discord.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
Are those cookies or crackers?
It's shrimp.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Shrimp.
Oh my god, that was
Shrimp cocktail.
Are you serious? Is this real life?
Jennifer and Boss before coming home.
wow.
Wow.
I'm obsessed with you. Oh my god.
Wow.
I
That's
love it
awesome.
so much.
Weird flex, but okay.
What?
I just said weird flex, but okay. To
I know, but
It's fine.
Oh, it's
about
fine.
to what? Having shrimps?
Yes.
I love it though. It's the personal best thing that's ever happened to me.
It's the best and the worst thing.
It gives me an opportunity to say the word shrumps.
Shrimps
Have-
is bucks.
I have a notification
Yeah.
and 96 Prime loot.
Heck yeah.
I don't care enough.
I don't need it.
Truly, I could care less. Is in fact. There she is.
Hakuna Matata. Is that what that means?
What a wonderful phrase.
Yeah,
What
pretty
a
sure.
Wonderful phrase.
I was running. I don't know if you guys know it's raining outside.
It is, so far as I understand.
I'm wet.
Wet.
Oh no.
Can't see Haley. I have to leave and come back. Bye.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Ah, the old
Haley.
that old chestnut.
Forgot how to that old chestnut.
Always the problem.
Where did Stella go?
Why would I leave? Oh,
Hello? God damn it.
Whoa.
Oh,
You gotta tell us if there's people watching, Seth.
there are several people watching.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And
That's
they're all
fun.
screaming profanities at us.
Oh, good.
Oh, you get to see it and we can't.
You guys are playing the game wrong. Oh my god.
Yeah. And we haven't even freaking.
We haven't even started yet.
playing the game wrong.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
I want to see Stella. God damn it.
Okay, rad. We got everyone here. I'll just real quick catch Haley up on this thing, the thing that I'm sharing,
Yeah.
here is just it's the top of the Slandran campaign thing, which you can pop out from your
Okay.
character sheet and see. But it has a link to Shadow's new companion stat block for everybody to use. Basically, once per long rest, you guys can decide who's going to be like his caretaker, and that way he has some functionality outside of just being the normal tiger stat block that he uses.
Rar.
Yeah. And Azealia has a new spell, or at least one, the empowered companion that gives Shadow basically the effect of the awakened spell and some other abilities. So um, that's sort of like that thing. And also finally figured out like a calendar of time in game, because I realized just tracking it by being like, this is 27 days since whatever. I was like, oh,
Oh my god.
makeup thing. It tracks with our calendar. There's 7 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month. No bullshit.
No
But
tomfoolery.
yeah, those are the kind of like big meta things for you guys to reference in date and time. And we actually have a birthday of Ada's coming up, turning 120 something.
Woot.
Whoa.
Just a young elf, a young Eladrin.
What a sweet baby.
Yes, the sweet baby Eladrin, who could potentially be immortal.
Whoa. So age is literally just a number.
True in fact. I think at this point we got everyone together. Everyone can hear each other. I'll leave it up to you guys who wants to sort of like recap, because Grog had his own thing. He wasn't privy to what happened with you guys because he went off on his own. I don't remember who's at 0 hit points or not. Obviously, you don't have to do it in character, but can sort of recap each other in this moment as you've all gathered together in the wellspring. So we'll just kind of do it. Whoever wants to start, and then popcorn to someone else, sort of like when we do roses and thorns, if that works for y'all. And yeah, roll a little d6 to start. Number 5 on my screen is rock.
Heck yeah.
So I'll allow you to just straight up popcorn it, because we'll get into rocks in a minute.
Sweet. So I went initially. I went with Ada through her door, and got to see some of those good adventures. Lost a few hit points along the way, helping people out, and about to go on a big old adventure of my own. And I'll pop it over to Azealia.
Oh boy. Okay, so I went in. Are we just going over what we did, I guess?
Yeah, just you'll remember the more important things, because we did have a normal like 4-hour session.
Important things, yeah.
Yeah, so I have a lot more notes for that. But you will remember your more important stuff.
So I went through my door and basically had like all druidic like power that I could have. Like I was turning into like really cool beasts, and like this giant golden eagle, and I'm like flying above, and Shadow's there with me and everything, and I'm like following this one druid and with her Higer, and so I kind of knew who that was. It was Kinvara, and then she kind of led us to where there were more Circle of the Moon druids, and then basically she was like, just, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to hand off the amulet to you, and the amulet is like the third key to something that the High Elves are trying to do, and the Circle of the Moon druids that have been like bestowed the amulet have to keep it safe. And I'm the new one, so I have to keep that safe.
Keep it safe.
Mhm. Yep. There, there's other stuff too, but we'll wait for that. And Shadow, yeah, Shadow has cool abilities now that you kind of know about. Including talking. Right now, I don't think he'll be able to talk later in the future. Probably.
And what's he sound like?
Oh, he just sounds like this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Just
Yep.
matching the energy of Azealia. I'm just
Hey.
here. She told Shadow to fetch something, and there wasn't really anything
At the
except for the
wellspring.
weird. Yeah, there's just the chessboard, and then a bunch of the like humanoid statues of people who have been petrified, and some trees. So we just drank some of the quintessence from the wellspring, and now we can talk. Effectively, he's still kind of dumb, like low intelligence. Like I'm giving him basically like intelligence of 6, so he can communicate, but he's just not a smart boy. Unless you empower him, and then he gets like the boosted stats. But he can talk, but he's just kind of dumb.
No, Shadow. You are
Dumb normal
smart.
tiger.
Don't let the haters get to you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, our sweet dumb boy.
I thought
yeah.
that was Grog.
Who next for their little solo recap?
Yeah. Can I talk about the stuff that you told me, or are we waiting to?
Yeah, no, that's part of it. If you basically, I did tell you guys individual stuff, and like the thing with Ada, when King Adran put up the bubble, it was very much like, do you want your friends to know? Otherwise, the stuff that I pulled you guys out and told you solo, that's kind of like if you want to keep that separate, or if you want to share that with the party, and yeah, it's up to you if you would divulge that.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll just tell one thing that Kinvara told me about. If you guys remember, like the green spirit that was like haunting my woods, which was the reason that I like went out in the first place to like find answers for. So he is what was it? His name is he's the first elf, right? Elandor. That's why he's named Elandor Wolf. So he is the first druid.
Yeah.
And he is. I have to banish him so he can go back to the Beastlands. He's looking to go back to the Beastlands.
Yeah.
So, but he doesn't speak a language that anyone knows because he's so old. So he's just like continuously walking back to the woods. Someone kills him, and then he just reappears somewhere else again and has to like venture back to the woods that is his namesake, and that's where I'm from. And so we're like, why is this guy doing this to us? But he just wants peace. Like he just wants to go to the Beastlands, but he doesn't know how to communicate that because no one can listen. Like no one can hear him.
Yeah. And so Azealia was sort of like able to put like the two major things together. Was it you were able to find some information at Axholm Keep that was basically confirming like he was one of the spirits that was pulled to create the Warforged, but was not contained because he's so powerful.
Yeah.
And so appears at Axholm Keep and then tries to walk down to the Elandor Woods pretty much however many times he can, but if he gets killed on the way, he just reappears at Axholm Keep.
Axholm Keep, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is usually hunted down by a ghost slayer, blood hunters. There's the other little note in there.
And I can make the amulet be anything that I want it to be. Like I have to pick like something for it to like be, because I met all the Circle of the Moon druids at the end of my little thing, and they all had like different versions of it. And Kinvara's was the circlet, and like that's what I have currently, but I can make it something more suited to me. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna popcorn it to Ada.
Um,
Oh, and I'm with Ada too now. At the end of my thing, I went.
so many friends. I essentially had a bunch of different doors to go into after entering like a church, and through all of the doors I was giving eulogies for all of my friends here. And it was very sad. But when we got to rocks, there was like this stranger talking to Ragnon, who's kind of like my in a way he was like my guide to life. I can't think of the word right now because brain, but he kind of like helped me after I left the Autumn Court. And so he was talking with a stranger, and they were talking about how I had to make a choice. And Ragnon was essentially
Connor?
saying that it was my decision.
We're just going through
then
recaps right now, and then we're gonna get into it.
I basically kind of like disappeared from everyone and was like lost to everyone, and there was this gilded tree, and Adrin of the Autumn Court, who is now since been deceased, gave me a crown, notifying me that I basically had to, well, I don't have to, but if I don't, the magic of the Autumn Court will fade away, which is very sad. But I would at some point have to choose someone worthy to be the Royal Archfey. The Autumn Court, which could be me, could be someone else.
Yep. And in that moment, we also had Azilia and I believe Rock were also there. I believe Zephyrus was still off on her own at that point, before returning in sort of a cloud of that puff of stuff. Small important detail of that was the tree that you were brought to. Adren said that it was in the lands of Forever, which is sort of the kind of like first lands outside of the bounds of the Feywild, that there's sort of a magical border between the two. But there's a bunch of like weird stuff out there that Ada would know of, and that's one of the things that's deep in there is this weird tree, but then there's also other like creatures and fucked up other fae from there. So I think last we got Zephyrus.
Yes.
Who, yeah.
So in my little thingy, I went through the door and I walked into what looked like the what would you call the building for the
The guild hall.
guild hall for the cartographers guild, and I saw which when I walked through the door at the time I didn't really know it, but I saw like maps and things that I had like crafted in the future. I think, right? Is that my
Yeah.
interpretation of it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but I didn't know that when I first saw them. I was just kind of looking at them, and then I see like out the window, I see like some other like um air genasi like floating around in the sky because it's like you look out the window and it like looked like it was just like sky out the window, like it wasn't like the guild hall was like on the ground. It looked like it was like floating or something. And so I like, what did I do? Did I like jump out the window or something? Like I,
Yeah, you got access to the skyward ability.
yeah,
So
which is basically like I can fly. So I can fly if I want to. So I was like chasing this leaf that the others were chasing, and I like flew across like a bunch of different lands and like saw that all of these lands look like the maps in the guild hall, and then kind of like realized that they were maps that I had done, and then I got some other cool abilities from. I eventually got that leaf, and I got some other like stuff to do. What else did I do? Um,
you got pulled into another plane. Um, and
yeah,
that was your kind of like solo thing where we you went out.
yeah. So I'll tell you guys about that. So I got pulled into. Do I know what plane I got pulled into?
You would think it's one of the outer planes, but I think our cleric and paladins would definitely know that it was Bitopia, um, which is one of the sort of like lands of chaos and sort of this weird space where lots of like flying creatures, because it's two mountains that are sort of an hourglass shape.
Ooh.
So lots of flying creatures go between the two. So like you were on one mountain, sort of looking up, and in this sort of like palace of
Damn, I didn't know that was a thing at all. Cool.
yeah.
I don't know much about planes.
Yeah,
So
they're
yeah, so
weird.
I got pulled into that plane, um, and I met this person who was like a genie figure, basically, and they revealed to me that they were my grandfather, and that I could. I don't even remember what was the ability that I gained from, or like no, they gave me.
You have a little teapot.
It's like a lamp essentially, right?
Is it short and stout?
Aladdin.
Yeah, a little golden teapot.
I have a little golden teapot that my grandfather gave me, and I like
Short and stout.
can like summon like the some power to do. I can't remember what it was that it gave me. What was it, Daniel?
You can effectively on a short or a long rest, you can like basically make a cup of tea, and if you do that, you'll be able to hop back and uh, organize however many levels you want to parlay or change effectively from rogue to warlock of the genie.
That's sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope as
But
fuck.
sort of, yeah. But your sort of grandfather was saying, I'll let you do it, but obviously, like, I need something from you if you do
There's a
this.
price.
Yeah, so,
Damn.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. That's my thing.
I thought you were gonna say you could go into the lamp, and now you're a genie.
Genie of the lamp.
Does the genie sound like Robin Williams and or Will Smith?
I mean,
I I didn't go that way. I went sort of a little bit of like, yes, grandchild, it's so good to see you.
He's a Russian genie.
Yeah, just really strong and cold up here in Bitopia.
It's not a teapot. It's just a vodka handle.
Yeah. It's yeah, and just sounds like storms was the little bit of like flavoring.
Hell yeah.
Like if you're holding it, you can kind of like hear like thunder, a little bit of a tempest in there going on.
What was the warlock? What was the warlock?
Warlock of the Genie, because he is a djinn. Warlock of the Genie is what
it was
he
alcohol.
is. Awesome. That's about it, though. Kind of wraps up everything except Grog. If you want to share anything, if there are folks that didn't listen in on the,
I didn't get to
You didn't?
finish it.
I didn't
okay.
either.
I
didn't
listened
get
to most of it, but I didn't get to finish it.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
okay. Yeah. So Grog.
Okay. Here we go. So Grog kind of found himself. His whole experience in the wellspring was the cleansing and the curing of his werebear lycanthropy. And in doing so, he also kind of discovered and kind of realized like he doesn't have to bear all this, no pun intended, bear all this weight of like what he's been doing, what's been going on like by himself. Because, you know, he's a big Goliath dude and he's strong, and like he realizes like he has a team and a family to fall back on, and he doesn't have to do everything solo anymore. He also discovered in this sort of experience that his wife has passed on.
Oh no.
I have a wife?
I have a wife.
What?
Yeah, so he still doesn't know how he feels about that. He's still trying to figure out those emotions. And
a brick house.
It was a traumatic day for Grog, I will say. He found out a lot of shit. He also
Did Grog know or not know that he had a wife?
he knew. Oh, I knew somewhere in the piles and piles of notes that I wrote that I probably shared with Daniel like a year and a half ago, but I forgot. So
You had a wife, but you forgot that you had a wife.
look, it's been a long year and a half of adventuring. I haven't seen her in a long time. So
we are coming up on a year with both Grog and Zephyrus.
That's fucking whack.
Right? Isn't that insane?
That's crazy. That's crazy. So he also, in figuring this out, or going through this whole experience, I can't remember if we were all there for his flashback scene, with Eddie. Was that his name?
Ed. Yeah.
Ed.
I
And
think we were missing one person. I don't. Right.
I think
We
we were
didn't have.
missing me, but I got like a recap.
okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the whole premise of that was, Grog closed that rift, to prevent like further monsters and entities coming out of that. And there was this contingency spell, that kind of clouded his memory. And I'm gonna show that picture you mailed me because I just got your package like a couple days ago. So this is what he actually saw, and I'm gonna just hold it up to the camera.
Whoa.
It's fucking terrifying.
That's too many arms.
That's too many arms, a couple
Altogether,
swords.
too many arms.
Yeah,
Entirely too many arms.
It just is terrifying. The stuff of nightmares. I will post that to the Discord and wherever else so people can see it. And he learned of. He also spoke with this, like, what would you even call him, Daniel?
He's a void dragon.
A void dragon. Explaining that there is more to our mission than just the answer and figuring out what his plot is. And we will figure out the rest of it as time goes on. There's some stuff that we have to do here in the Feywild, but we can get to that later.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mystery. Also, there's
Yeah.
6 people watching the stream. Woo!
Hello.
Yay,
Six
Who are you
friends.
people?
Who are you people?
Yeah. Truly, it's either friends of mine or I think friends of Seth's, unless the
Can
rest of
you
you
see who
guys.
it is?
No, I have no idea.
No, my phone's on silent, so if people are messaging me and I don't get Instagram notifications, so
Woot.
if people are,
Just a mystery.
yeah, people watching, hope you're enjoying it. I was a little bit like, stage fright beforehand, but I'm like,
Nah.
hey, it's all good, baby.
Don't even acknowledge them. They're not even real.
Yeah, and I mean that's part of the thing to, like, in a sense, just be like, I just focus on you guys
Yeah.
and like Steph doing the stream,
Yeah.
so then I like don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
My method is they're all bots. They're not real unless they present themselves.
That's it, folks.
Unless they call
We're
you
all
your
bots.
stream
All
and
bots.
harass you for,
Yeah,
which is what I did.
100%.
Incredible.
Like, play this game. Well, actually, it wasn't me that said it. It was Ben. But
Hell
anyway.
yeah. Okay. Well, gang. We'll say that's sort of like you all are able to catch each other up in this sort of moment when Grog has come back, sort of like appeared in the gallery with you guys. You're still in this sort of like central space, this platform with all of these floating other like Feywild boons, the like cloak and the book and the flowers, and all of those things are still sort of like hovering in the air around you. Your doors are all still there, and Rock's door has still not been gone through, but you do see that the door, the sort of plain peasant's door that the prince mentioned was Camilla's, is now gone. But at that point,
Nikki.
I leave it up to you guys. The
And
prince's
Kate,
door
what's
is
up?
still closed.
I don't want to
because
yell over
sort of,
Daniel,
like,
but
mechanically
hi.
he went after you guys, was sort of the way it was set up. So he's not currently with you guys. He's still got a little bit to go on his mission. But mechanically, for you guys that are in death saving throws, sort of in a sense, Azelia was actually she actually learned from Kinvaro that the talismans that you guys have will basically capture your soul if your body is destroyed. And so mechanically, you're making these death saving throws to try and keep your body from being disintegrated while it's in the wellspring. And if it is, your soul will be kept in this little stone, and then there can be some funky resurrection, reincarnation with it.
Magic.
But
Sorry,
yeah, but mechanically, if you have hit points left, sort of like what happened with Rock, and if you're going through these death save, if you don't want to go back to your body yet, that's fine. The going with Rock, we did the thing where you were using your hit die to take damage to lower the DC. What happens now is if you're going to use a hit die to lower the DC for rocks, when you make your death save, that is the number that's added to the 10 or higher. So those of you guys that have a D8, roll the D8, and if you get a 4 on it, lowers rocks DC by 4, but your death saving throw becomes 14 or higher. But just for one, not for each of them.
I'm stressing, bro. I might not save you.
Yep. And going back to your body while you still have hit points just requires an action. You can just will yourself to go back, and you'll be like conscious there on the wellspring. You can sort of assume that's what happened with Camilla because her door is gone. And if you are in death saving throws, you're going to basically make those throws until you pass and are stabilized, and you'll come back at 1 hit point. Fail all three, body is disintegrated. Someone at the wellspring will be able to gather your talisman. And each of you have those little bit of thing. I believe I know Ada's off the top is a piece of cornbread. Everyone else had various different little talismans.
I'm the worst.
No, it's perfect.
It's a fucking piece of bread,
It's on
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
and it never goes bad.
Yeah. So that's kind of the situation where you guys are at. I leave it to you before we go through Rock's door. Who wants to come with them, or try and go back to your body?
I will be joining Rock because Rock joined me, and that was part of my promise.
Okay. Cool.
XOXO.
And okay, I was with. So we're all okay. Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
go
So you've all convened back in the gallery, which is where all of those items are sort of floating.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go too since I was with them both. And
Okay.
Is there any sort of reality of like anyone casting any sort of spell or doing any sort of like medicine check to stabilize anybody?
I would
Uh,
love to
I
stabilize.
can't because
I
I'm
can-
still alive.
I can. Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna
Yeah,
go back
you
to
guys-
my body.
You're technically you were unarmed and unarmored. You left all of your stuff and you appeared here just in your clothing, sort of to set the scene. You still have access to all of your spell slots that you've got left, for the purposes of like if you want to heal someone, bring them back from 0. We're sort of doing it in a way that like changing your body going through your gauntlet is what damaged you. Just going with someone won't damage you unless you do the sort of help action, use a hit die to lower their DC, that kind of thing.
So
Where is everyone with like their hit points?
I have 10, so I'm alive.
I have none.
I'm at 0, baby.
Let's
I'm at
41.
41.
I was gonna go back to my body and see if I can
8.
tickle y'all and wake you up.
I was just gonna
Okay.
cast Aura of Vitality.
I was gonna give you um prayer of healing.
Who?
Both Azilia and Rock.
Ah,
I think
we're all
Rock still
together.
has full. Rock should still have full hit points
I-
unless. Oh, did you use your hit
No,
die?
'cause Rock gave some.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
Okay. Can I cast Aura of Vitality just so it affects everybody? Because it will affect everybody that's in a 30-foot radius of me.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead and do that and roll.
Better 'cause I can't do that one anymore.
Right. So that one, you can use a bonus action in the aura, including you.
how does that affect real life? Like, I won't have to roll death saves.
Mechanically, yeah, you'll have hit points, so you just need to use an action to go back to your body.
Oh fuck yeah!
So this healing energy radiates from you in an aura within 30-foot radius. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you centered on you. Wait, I'm confused. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including you, to regain 2d6.
Yeah. How long does it last? Probably a minute, though, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, that's 10 rounds. So you can do 10 rounds of healing, pick whoever you want, including yourself.
Okay.
Basically, 10 times.
Or 4 times. 5 times. I don't need to do 10. I can do 10.
Yeah. Basically,
Yes.
if you, whoever you want to heal, and then just roll those
Okay.
for however much.
Is it
Oh, I
is it
rolled
only
up a
while the
lot.
spell is going on though? Like, are we gonna? Like, I'm confused.
So time is kind of weird, but it's a round is 6 seconds. So basically, you guys can stand here for a minute while Azilia casts a spell and then
Keep
bounces the
casting it.
healing. Yeah, it's concentration. So she just kind of stands there and then can heal you. So yeah, I will leave that to you to do that. Just
I'm
go
rolling
ahead
the
and
2d6 for each
Uh,
person.
yes, and I'll let you sort of allot who you want to do that, and that's actually kind of perfect because then I can bring up some
Okay.
stuff for
Trying to
this
get my cat
next
to come
part.
So let's start with Grog.
Woo.
Go like that. All right. First one is a 6, and the second one is a 3. You have 9.
Heck yeah, baby. Let's go. We're going to live.
You have 9. And then we'll go to Zephyrus next.
What do we say to the god of death?
Not fucking today, folks.
That's
Fuck off.
Am I rolling for myself, or am I? I don't get points every time I give someone else points. Like
No,
I
you have to choose the target, but
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. So okay, Zephyrus will do. All right, that was a 2. Sorry. And a 5, so you get 7. And Ada. First one's a 6. Second one's a 4, so you get 10. And you're full, Rock.
No, I am at 41 out of 50.
Okay, let's see. First one's a 6.
Woo.
Second one is a 6.
Oh
Wow.
damn! Can you give it to somebody else?
I don't think that's how that works, unfortunately.
No, we'll play.
Appreciate it.
I'll be a generous DM. You can give it to someone else.
Benevolent.
Like switch them out.
Yeah, just say that you were targeting someone else for that if you want to give them the 12.
That's not how you play the fucking game, Daniel.
Yeet. Yeet. All right, we're gonna give it to
Called
Zephyrus.
the DM's Guide,
Oh, that's
folks.
Bitches.
Guide.
This is in addition to, right? We're not just switching them out. Like I can just keep going.
Yeah, I believe that's 4 casts now.
Yep.
So
All right.
we've got 6.
Okay, we're coming back around.
Hell yeah.
I'm giving Grog another round.
Let's go.
First one was a 6. Second one was a 2.
So it's 8.
Yep.
Let's
Down to
go.
5.
Okay.
We're back at double digits.
All right. Ada. Whoa. What? How did that
Wow.
happen?
Wait, what?
How did I hit 11 on that one roll? I hit a 2d6.
Oh. Yeah, if you hit the die twice, you'll roll 2 at a time.
Oh, okay. So 11.
Okay. Oh my god, my computer is.
All right. So Rock, let's go back to you. And 2d6. So a 7 plus 1. Okay, I think that was just 7. Yeah, that's just 7.
7.
Yep. And then I will cast for myself twice as well.
Okay. So I believe that's the last 2 on yourself.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
Did you heal Ada at all?
Nice.
And we healed you twice. If you didn't catch that.
Okay.
Right, I
Oh
get
yes, me.
18. Yeah.
Mhm.
Got 18, so now I'm at 28. Okay.
Okay. Sweet. So everyone but Grog is going to go with Rock on their gauntlet. Is that correct?
Think so.
I don't think Zephyrus was.
I did not say. I think I'm also gonna not go. Sorry.
Okay. All good. So
That's all right.
We can fuck shit up while they're away.
Make sure you
okay.
bring our bodies back
Nah,
Yeah.
we'll
if we lose our bodies.
TPK, you're all dead. Throw you off the
Awesome.
cliff.
Cool. So we'll still go in initiative, but we'll go in sort of a group initiative with Azilia and Ada together with Rock. So we're going to sort of split the average between you guys.
Hey, gang,
Okay.
for those watching, how does the music sound that I added for Chip? Chip is our little audio mixer for, shit. Little audio texture, If he is too loud, please let me know. I will turn him down.
Okay, cool. So we will start off with Rock and you guys, and we'll switch over to material plane. And this will be a little bit of sort of the what do you call it? Suspension of disbelief, or sort of the basically don't what's happening on the material plane won't affect what's happening with you guys, because it'll be like there are two separate things happening, although you'll be privy to like hearing and knowing it. So just so that there's not like metagaming of like, oh, actually I leave now because I know my friends in the material plane are like in dire straits or whatever.
Ha!
That sort of thing. Gotta play it honest. Awesome. So we will start with Rock and Ada and Azilia. You guys walk through Rock's door. Zephyrus and Grog, you just sort of focus on sort of there's no place like home. Click your heels 3 times and both open your eyes in the wellspring. And we'll follow Rock going over to your door. It looks sort of like a normal one that you grew up with in Silveranth, sort of like fine woodwork and this elegant frame with sort of like a peaked door, very elven looking. Inside, you see sort of like this first room, much like the others, sort of like a cozy space. Looks to be sort of a private library in some kind of like manor house. There's lots of like old books and collections of like paintings and tapestries and sculptures, sort of like displays of like various artifacts and old kind of like things. Just looks for like a very like fancy study. There's sort of a fireplace that's already like crackling and going along, and mostly the space just smells like old books sort of as you enter. Need Azilia and Ada and Rock to give me a little investigation or perception.
Perception all the fucking way.
Me too.
16, brother.
Nat 20.
Okay. Nat 20, investigation. Amazing. Okay, so a couple things that you guys find. Zilia and Ada, while you're kind of looking around at this stuff, you both look outside. And similar to what other people had described, it's sort of this like gray mist, a lot like when Ada was in the monastery. The lands outside just kind of like turns into gray mist. But you are actually looking down in the courtyard of a manor house, and Ada, you recognize this courtyard because it has the white rose in front of 2 crossed golden swords of House Gallowborn. You are in the House Gallowborn Manor. which you would also recognize because on the wall behind the large desk is a in the multitude of pictures that are there, there's a portrait that's sort of like in the center, which is of a elven man with short-cut golden hair, wearing a very like ornate, very much like posing for a portrait. And it is him seated next to.
How are we
your
enjoying
former
the
companion
stream so
Aegis,
far? Are we
sort
liking
of
it? Are we liking this content?
for a portrait.
It's kinda
in
cool.
This space. And
I love it.
Rock, on a nat 20
let's check back in.
investigation, you are able to sort of like poking around. You actually find a catch to a sort of secret compartment in here. Inside, there's a number of sort of like valuables and documents. It's like a sort of like a smaller safe. Inside of there, you see what looks to be the same painting, but much older and still seated. This other elven man seated next to what looks to be his twin brother, in the same pose.
Kate with the chip.
In that moment. So, an older painting of twin brothers. This newer one that seems to be have replaced it is or former companion Aegis and Erevan Galaborn, the creator of the Warforged. So, on a nat 20, incredible to find that. And going through this space, Rock, kind of looking at that one, you are sort of like standing there looking at these two, and looking at the other paintings around here, you start to hear like kind of like whispering, and moving around in this space, you are sort of approaching these various like paintings and tapestries, and as you get closer, you sort of hear like whispers of like people talking in various ones of these like pieces of artwork, and eventually you come upon this sort of like older tapestry, very ornate style, one that has a sort of human man sort of like raising up a looks to be some sort of like goblet or decanter or something. It's tapestry, so it's hard to make out because it's very old. Not a really modern style, not something incredibly detailed. But you see him holding this thing aloft, and he's sort of like at the head of a table with a bunch of like other elves and dwarves and sort of halflings, people of Salandran. And as the whispers and voices sort of get louder and louder, all of you see the space that you're in sort of like warp and distort as this painting, or this tapestry rather, sort of extends, and you find yourselves with this strange visual of yourselves seated at this table inside of a tapestry, and you see sort of this man at the head of the table with a voice that Ada, you have heard recently say as he's raising it, here's to the Titans for their help in getting us this ambrosia, and here's to our descendants who will have that grasp of the weave. And all these other people like raise their glasses. Everybody give me a little perception check while they do this. And we're all sort of downing it.
Almost.
When you say everybody, I assume you don't actually mean everybody.
Yeah, just the guys that are here right now.
Steve out there.
Shucks, guys.
You guys are there. It's sort of this like the strange distortion of it, in this like weird perspective where you are in a two-dimensional tapestry. Trying to look around is very difficult. So, observing what is happening is very distorting. But you immediately recognize that the people in here right after doing so, you see a handful of them grow like beards of feathers. Bubbles start to like pour out of their mouths. Some sprout wings. One turns into a potted plant. Another person just vomits flowers. And the man who took the greatest drink just casts fireball on himself and explodes. And you are all sort of shunted out of this tapestry. And Rock, I need you to make a either Constitution or a Dexterity saving throw. The DC is 10 here.
Okay. Con or dexterity. If I have proficiency with Constitution saving throws,
Yeah.
does that mean I get to roll twice?
No,
that
that just
works?
means that you will just be adding your proficiency bonus to it, so it'll
Okay.
automatically it should make it like +6 for the saving throw.
Okay. 17.
Okay, awesome. So you pass. So you only take 3 points of damage from that.
Okay. 3 points of damage. Hooray.
Yeah. And with that, we shift over to the material plane. Grog and Zephyrus, you are able to make your way out of the quintessence, gather your clothes, and at this point, you do not see or have on your person your talismans. They were sort of left in the wellspring. For your companions, as you are leaving, you can see their talismans are sort of like floating in front of their chests, with the silver like strand sort of connecting like to their heart, more or less, just like hovering sort of like in front of their plexus. You guys come out.
Can
Sort
I
of
ask a question? Where are their
Their bodies.
bodies?
Your bodies were submerged in the wellspring to sort of like inhale and intake all of the quintessence. So they're like sitting with like a foot of the not water sort of above their heads, because it's a very like flat sort of like white sandy bottom.
Okay, so they're
and you-
submerged in the wellspring.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. And as you're getting up, the same thing that happened with Camilla, like they're sort of incorporeal at this point. So like you can't interact with them. Like you're
Right.
able to basically like walk through them as you get out.
Okay.
You guys are able to walk out. It does burn your skin. You only take 1 damage.
Thank God.
From it.
It's like we just got here, man.
Yeah, so you guys are able to walk out, and you do see Camilla is awake and sort of like putting on her clothes, and is sort of not doing much except for sort of like she's inspecting basically the corpses of the Darklings that were there, and has sort of like brought the shield guardian over, which has survived and is still like there with her.
Did he have a gauntlet too?
She did, yeah.
Oh, I meant the shield guardian.
Oh, the guardian? No,
Ah,
it's
sure.
a construct.
Shit.
It can't be changed in that way, unfortunately. But so you guys are there. You have the wellspring around you. All these other petrified people are still here, posed. The black onyx ones and the sort of white quartz ones alternating. And Camilla kind of turns to you guys and says, "Well, congratulations. You made it through all right as well. Any idea where the prince is? Or is he still in there?"
I think he's still in there. We left, and his door was still closed and we couldn't get in, so.
I see. Well, it seems like the time was a little bit strange in there because I've been back for a hard to tell in this area, but it feels like maybe an hour has passed. So, since I came out, so however long it takes your friends to get back, it might be some time. So,
Good lord.
we can chat, but at the same time, magic is strange, but I'm glad to have some company besides. And she kind of like knocks on the chest of this thing. The Shield Guardian, which is just this big construct of like ice. And she says, "Did you all endure it well enough? I did not have a very pleasant experience, but I hope you had something less uncomfortable than I did."
I definitely had a fucking experience.
Wow. That
Well, seeing
sounds...
as I almost died, then yeah, it wasn't great.
Oh. Well, I am terribly sorry to hear that. I hope you don't mind. I did help myself to one of your last healing potions because I almost was dead when I came back, of course.
What the fuck?
You know, I'm not gonna blame you because I would have done the same fucking thing.
When you're near dead and you climb out of a magical, whatever this is, you know, you take the opportunities that are here with you.
Yep. Yeah, that was not for the faint of heart, and I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't either. So you guys are there, and it seems like you have a little bit of time to wait for your companions. Sort of unsure about this, but you have effectively, it could be a few rounds, or it could be an hour. Is there anything that you guys want to prepare or do while you're here with Camilla, while you're waiting for your friends?
Well, I mean, I feel like we talked about maybe trying to get some of these poor petrified people unpetrified. So I feel like now would be a good time to try that.
Okay, awesome. So this is where we get to do a little bit of fun rolling. You two, I will have, I believe I calculated it so that there is however many 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. So there is 16 statues. I need you guys to both roll a D100 8 times separately to calculate what ancestry these various statues are.
You say 8
Determine-
times?
Both of us?
Both of you do it 8 times because there's 16 statues.
Oh
So
my
you guys
God.
just start rolling that, and we'll see who it is that you basically de-petrify. And Camilla will kind of help you, and we'll say you're doing that, and we'll cut back to you guys shortly. Okay. I am gonna jump us back over to the Wellspring, where Rock, you now have access to a spell that I will drop in our DMs between two of us.
I have the cards still in order too.
Oh,
They're the
perfect.
same.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, because you actually have them. So you can pull out the card that says Channel Elements.
All right.
Yeah.
Channel Elements, first level abjuration. When your ally, one reaction when your ally takes acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. The spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on your ally and storing it for their next melee attack. They have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of their next turn. Also, the first time the ally hits with a weapon attack, the target of their attack takes an extra 1d6 damage of the triggering type when the spell ends. If the attack roll is a natural 1, the ally immediately rolls a 1d100 on the Wild Magic Surge table. Cool. And then extra damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above first.
Hell yeah. Incredible. So, you are able to kind of recover from this shock of seeing a bunch of people in this tapestry imbibe some strange concoction. And sort of as you're like coming back from this space, all of you guys are sort of like queasy in this moment, but you're start to hear like other whispers and voices and the clanking
Hi,
of
Turtle.
chains.
I haven't said hi to you yet, but I felt bad, so I figured I'd mute them and mute myself and say hi.
Excuse me. A statue in this sort of like glass case, very much like marble-looking thing of a man. The head has been like broken off. You can see he's a human man, like kneeling, and his arms and legs are like shackled. And you see that this statue sort of comes to life, and you find yourselves also kneeling next to this man, similarly shackled and bound. Around you, you are on this like sort of empty like dais, sort of in this like white void with a bunch of enormous figures around you. One of which Ada recognizes explicitly because it is the Raven Queen that she saw momentarily. A giant figure, sort of these enormous raven wings shrouded in black, sort of sucks the light around them. And you see these enormous enormous figures are standing around you. And one of them speaks, this woman with long hair and holding a staff, and another who's this sort of like burly looking giant dwarf, basically, enormous, with a sigil on his chest, a giant anvil with a flame, which you guys recognize as Moradin, the god of dwarves that you sheltered in one of his temples. But you sort of appear in this moment, this vision, memory, something, and he's in the middle of saying, 1,000 years of servitude for your transgressions, and creating the sorcerers that now run wild on the material plane. Chaos, foolishness, madness. And now, and he kind of like a giant finger, and he points across the line of all of you guys that are now like shackled, and you now realize like you can't even talk. You have like this iron bars in your mouth, and like have this like basically giant thing across like your lower mouth. And he continues, you shall be the first fool's errand, a task for each of the gods that you have spurned, and taste nothing but the ambrosia which you stole from our table until your tasks are fulfilled. And pointing to the human man, now that you see Ada sort of shackled next to him, you recognize this is the same man from your vision who was talking to Ragnar. And you...
the human man is the same man?
It's the same man, yeah. Give me another perception check as well for you guys as you're kind of like looking around in this space. Let me know if you hit above a 15.
I'm doing
this-
just Awful.
Or
11.
I was writing a note. What were we rolling?
Perception, DC 15.
Stupid.
Right.
I'd roll better if
That's
we're
a
fighting.
good old 4, baby.
Okay, you guys are still a little bit rattled by this, as you feel a brand kind of burn into your face, and Morden points a finger at this human man, and the shackle falls off, and you can see a brand on the side of his face that is the same as the sort of like emblem that's on the chest of Morden, this giant god finger. And he says, "You, the ringleader, are now the stranger. Your first task for me is to craft a rod of granite that will shape stone and earth so that your tale may be seen for ages to come, and it shall be known as the Rod of Stories." And when he points his finger at him, the stranger explodes, and you are all shunted back. No longer have the heat of your brand on your face, and Rock, I need you now to make a DC 15 Constitution or Dexterity saving throw.
Can I real quick just like run over to any old book and
Yeah.
like open it up and like smell it? Just be like, okay,
Yes.
and, like put it back.
Valid.
That's wild.
Absolutely.
Just
I just needed that for a minute.
It's not an addiction.
Hell yeah.
Like,
I always thought those
Book, it's fine.
people that did that in the library were weird, but I understand.
Smell the blue.
it's fucking wild.
All
Can't get over old book smell.
right. Did you get that? What'd you roll?
Oof, 11.
11? Okay. Does not save. So you take 4 points of damage.
What, 4?
Yeah, just 4. Okay. So we cut back to the material plane, with those of you guys that have rolled all of those D100s. I am going to DM you guys a thing for you to go through and note. I'm going to do it in our add friend.
We have some fucking work to do, Allie.
Yes, because you guys, if you weren't doing this alone, this is basically, we would be doing this all together, but since you guys decided to do this outside, this is basically all of the people that you have found here in this base. And it is a little bit of stuff for you guys to do.
Ah, shite.
Yep. So yeah, that is basically all those D100s that you guys have rolled. Go ahead and note those. If you rolled what was it? If you rolled a 3, if you rolled an astral, go ahead and re-roll that. That's the only one that is basically knocked out of this for you guys to do.
We roll what?
A 3?
3, which is the astral lineage, which is like Spelljammer.
Oh my god, I
specific
rolled a
stuff.
99.
Okay. Hell yeah, snake person.
Yeah.
Yuan Ti. Incredible. So Rock, you with that, you also now have the explosive demise card that you can flip over.
Explosive demise. If you die from an effect other than old age, Your body explodes into a maelstrom of magic, destroying all magical and non-magical items you're wearing or carrying. All creatures in a 30-foot radius must make a dexterity saving throw equal to your spell save DC or take a 2d10 of each of the damage types you are innately resistant to, and half as much on a successful save. If you're not resistant to any damage types, the creatures take 50 or 10d10 of force damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save.
Yeah. So coming back from that, you feel your body has changed enough to sort of inherit whatever this wild magic is from these first sorcerers to now explode, much that they did. After that, you guys, I guess I will ask the three of you that are there, because this is such a disorienting experience. How are you guys doing at this point? And your characters specifically, because this is a weird or the strangest of these experiences that you've had so far. Potentially.
Well, obviously I'm not very perceptive. Oh, there's that. I think I'm just kind of like hanging back. I really haven't said much at this point. I'm assuming Shadow is with me. We didn't really nail that down.
I've sort of hand waved it that he's like waiting in the gallery for you.
Sure. Okay.
So he's just hanging out so that he doesn't have to like participate in any of this stuff.
I see. So now he's just too good for me. I see. He gets a voice and he becomes
He's tired.
bratty.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bullshit. He doesn't have to listen to me anymore. Big cats be like. Yeah. So just kind of hanging back, watching Rock pretty intensely, I would say. Yep.
Nice. Solid. How's Ada doing?
I would say Ada is being her normal weird self, and with her associations with the Raven Queen as a grave cleric, she is like low-key thriving at all of these just explosions, but she's also like, what the fuck?
That task was fucking
Incredible.
crazy.
It's very on brand.
Saved a lot of people.
Amazing. So, as you guys are sort of like back in this space, just getting to your feet, when you see this sort of like model, much like someone would have of like a small model of like a city or something, like those kind of like cool ones that they make of like, it's like New York City, but it's like on a big like table to scale. You see one of those, but it's this like ornate sort of elven city with a giant sort of like spire in the middle of it. You see this thing sort of like expands as you shrink and sort of like move through space as this model city sort of like changes, and you find yourselves sort of in the same, made of the same sort of material, which is this like kind of ornate like hardwood, as you're like walking through this tiny model, but it's also a perfect replica. You're sort of like walking up this set of stairs. Still the human man, although he is made of wood, in this strange setting, you can still tell it's the same man. And going up, kind of looking out the window, you can see the like perfect detail of this. You're at the top of this massive spire, like in the middle of this giant city, with this ring of sort of like gardens that separate this giant tower from sort of the rest of the city, which is sort of like sprawling and gorgeous, and you can like even though you are made of wood in this tiny structure, you can hear people talking, mostly in Elvish. You can hear like birds chirping far down below. You're about halfway up this massive like tower, and you're following this guy up, sort of dressed as like servants almost, as you come into this sort of large room in the middle of this model, um, and you see in the center of it a sort of like scaffolding structure, much like you would see like for us around sort of like a rocket ship. Um, but in the center of it is a massive warforged, sort of like being built. Um, and as you get closer to it, you can see that this one is not made of wood. It seems that this uh, uh, body is actually made of metal somehow in the middle of this miniature. Um, and you see that the guy who you've seen now multiple times, as he turns to you, you can see his wooden skin is now branded with another brand. Go ahead and give me a religion check, any of you guys, as you see this brand.
15.
19.
Awesome.
30-20.
Fantastic. So all of you guys recognize this. This is like black burned antlers on his skin, which where Morden, that you saw before when it burned into his cheek, the anvil with a flame, was the god of like dwarves and craftsmen and forges and like smiths. This brand on his face is these black antlers of Bashaba, who is the goddess of trickery, deception, bad luck, and kind of all things evil, and lots of people who do bad things worship her to grant her favor, to follow her in the afterlife. And so as
thanks for the
he's,
follow, dude.
walking through, you see
Thanks for
all these
showing
other,
up.
like, workers are in this space, kind of
Playing
like
some
up on the
D&D with
scaffolding.
friends.
You guys are actually like are dressed as servants, and you're actually have these like floating discs, these like spells that are cast behind you that are carrying more of this green metal. And as you're going, also give me either Arcana, or if I don't think any of you guys have Smith tools. It's going to be DC 15.
Fucking 6.
It is not your night.
19.
Terrible.
Just seriously.
Thank you for your support.
Oh man, so many nights of Azalea not rolling great.
I think you just need to get physical dice.
Awesome.
Translates to real life.
At this point, yeah.
So those of you that got above 15 on that Arcana, you recognize that this giant Warforged appears to be the same one that Grog saw, or a variant of it, potentially its first body, before it was formed into this giant monstrosity. And you can see that the green metal that it's being made out of is adamantine, which you guys would know is one of the like rarest and hardest metals in sort of existence.
Bastard.
And armor made of this will turn a critical hit into a normal hit. So this giant warforge being constructed to be somewhat invulnerable. And as you're going up, you're sort of like following him, and he turns back to look at you guys, and he says, "All right, now we've got to add some mischief to these elves' plans." And as you guys are going up, sort of like snaking your way through, you leave your crates there on your discs and are sort of following him up. But going up, you can see you have these like spell scrolls inside of it. And going up, you also pass by this going up further and further, sort of like wrapping around, you see one arm of the creature actually has a perfect replica of this black staff inside of sort of a crystal like upper arm. And as you guys go by this, you feel a surge of energy. You all regain a first level spell slot. Being near this thing.
Shit.
Sorry for the guys that decided to go to the material plane.
What the fuck?
And
So like any one that I've used is like
yeah, just a first level spell slot. You get that back. Yep. And as he's going by, you can see the guy kind of like shudder, and he's like, I didn't make that one, and I can't even touch it. Only some wizard like these sons of bitches. And still carrying it up, and you make your way around to the other arm. And getting closer to this, you can see a granite rod encased in crystal with various carvings and etchings on it, which are sort of like rotating and swirling around. And as you get closer, you see him sort of set the crates down. He's like, all right, let's do this. You pull out these spell scrolls, an enchantment or incantation that you guys don't recognize, but are able to assist with in this sort of memory or recreation of this event. The guy presses a hand on this crystal. You hear whispering and voices in various languages. It goes through like a common tongue. Suddenly it's sort of like people talking in Dwarvish, people talking in Elvish. You hear Orc, you hear Gnomish, and sort of like flipping through. And eventually this crystal that's glowing brighter and brighter, and you see a sigil put onto this like crystal form around the rod. And the final voices that you hear sort of like speaking and talking are in Sylvan. And he kind of grimaces and it's like, well, I hope it doesn't do too much damage to those fairies, but it's what she asked me to. And as he like finishes saying that's what she asked me to do, you see the brand like burn off of his face and disappear. And as it does so, you're kind of like the smell of like smoke and ash. You're pulled out, and you still see this like little whiff of smoke from this inside of the citadel, like kind of burning. Just a little like whiff of smoke, as though someone snuffed out a candle inside of it. And Rock, I need you to make a Constitution or Wisdom saving throw, DC 20.
Okay. 21.
21, hell yeah.
21.
So that is only 7 points of damage to you. And you can now take out Elemental Resolve is the next one for you.
So fucking lame.
The tempestuous elements of wild magic protect your body. You are resistant to fire, cold, light, thunder, and acid damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit.
Immediately add those to your character sheet. So yeah, and that ties into explosive demise. So those are the damage types you're resistant to. So if you die, 2d10 of each of those types for reference.
Sweet. Sorry if y'all can just hear my cat go crazy right now. He's like running all over, and he's like right next to me. Like slamming his body around, like rolling on the ground.
It's giving wow. I
That's fine.
fine.
Oh, perfect. you guys did that as well. Okay, so we cut back over to the material plane. You guys have poured the quintessence of the wellspring over all of these guys, basically just like glooping it on top of them. You guys see that we will roll the sub races. Perfect that you did that. I didn't have all of them to give you guys yet, but I'm going to send the rest of them to you now so you can update those. Thank you all so much for doing this. As you're sort of like comforting these people that Camilla and the two of you are like bringing back from being petrified, they basically tell you that they were all petrified by a Medusa in the lands of Forever, outside of the bounds of the Feywild. And I will send you the other 2 pages of this. So perfect that Hallie, you rolled for the sub race, and I will give you guys the other 2 pages of this, and you can roll the others for this. So go ahead, and this is 2 and 3.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you actually need the 3rd one. Did anyone do a... Did either of you roll a tiefling?
No.
No? Okay, cool. So you can just use this page and roll for those.
Oh my god.
And then basically these are all these people who are effectively, they're kind of standing around other adventurers or people who had gone beyond the boundaries of the courts and were petrified by Medusa and were used as chess pieces in her torturous games for many, many years, decades or centuries even. So yeah, for you guys to fill those out, and effectively all these people have like 5 levels of exhaustion, like 1 hit point. Damn. Because they've been petrified for so long. So with that, you guys are sort of back in the library. Still just a whiff of smoke has dissipated. You see now at this point a large painting on another wall starts to sort of like ripple, and you hear like the like rustling of leaves and this what's up, Haley?
We want to take a break.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you for being my stopwatch.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's good. I love this for...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to interrupt me. No, it's perfect.
No, you're giving a great description. I was just like, before we action, should we just...
Yes, no, totally fine. Incredible. So if there's anyone still watching,
there are.
There's like 6 people.
Oh yeah.
Wow, 6 people stuck with this for... Wow.
Yep.
That's
Take a
very
break
cool.
so Daniel can breathe, stop talking.
Also,
drink
yes,
water,
also that. Yeah.
down, you take a
Yeah.
sip instead.
Yeah, y'all can interact with us because we have mouths, and we're here too.
Yeah. Turn on the comments. Let them. I
mean,
get in the comments, folks.
If anything, everyone is saying hi. Because I wasn't able to shut them off completely, but people could send like emotes, so people are saying hi. My neighbor upstairs said hi.
Aww. I love upstairs.
Seth, can you send like a link or something in the Discord so I can like
Yes.
send it to
Gotta
my friends?
boost-
I sent the link from your Instagram story and it didn't work.
What the?
Gotta boost those views, folks.
Yeah, let's go. This
Works
goes.
for me.
What time do we want to restart?
We'll say 10 minutes. Soft 10 minutes.
It's straight
so
in
I
the
can-
D&D chat, I think, so we should be good.
Yeah, be good. Good breather for me. Oh, Yeah, it's fun to have you guys do my little like side DM project for me.
100%.
Which was gonna be very fun to have you guys all roll and basically have like these buddies all together. Which I kind of figured you guys would do that because you said you wanted to.
I thought we were gonna fight him.
Yeah. No, these are all people that are like, I went out there with my companions and she made us be chess pieces and then the loser was turned to stone. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have a have a bunch of people that were turned to stone by a Medusa. Which you guys all know what a Medusa is basically, because it's like, hey, crazy
I think,
magical
wasn't
creature.
wasn't that the baddie in
The baddie.
D&D?
Yo,
The
she a
D&D movie?
baddie. I'm getting water.
I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe
I think it's
maybe I'm just thinking of like Percy Jackson.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I swear to God, it was in Percy Jackson, but I never.
It definitely was.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I read the first 2 books, but that's about it.
Ugh. Maybe I'll go get a drink.
Ah,
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying to keep my hands busy so my brain can pay attention. Look, I'm building a metal snitch from Harry Potter.
hell yeah!
I got it for my birthday from my boss.
No way. That's a good boss,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's like what?
Puzzle?
Sort of. It's like a little metal model kit. It's a golden
Oh.
snitch, and this is like the snitch body.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm
cool.
trying to. The hardest part, honestly, is taking the metal pieces out of like the sheeting that it comes in.
Yeah, I could see that. Guys were famous.
Oh my god, 6 people watching.
What's happening?
I just
Famous.
famous.
Yeah, we've just got 6 people that are cool to just listen to a home game of D&D.
Absolutely.
I did prepare for this a lot more than usually. Because I was like, I can't fuck this up.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. And also because in truth, Rox is the one that has the most like big exposition.
Wild.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is some like I'm impressed with you, Dan.
Yeah. Holy shit.
It's literally this, like, all of this gauntlet stuff is really, really cool, and I am also very impressed with the fact that you can be like switch between 2 different stories happening at the same time. Crazy.
Hey, that's the GM brain going on.
Yeah, I can tell you're like that. What's that meme that's like the different levels of like consciousness, like the different.
He's got all the brains.
Yeah, he's like the
the brain
celestial
expanding.
body with, like this.
Big brain boy.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
didn't have to.
Truly, I the you know, like the iceberg meme of like the crazy like theories and fandoms. It's very much like I saw one of those for like the Stormlight Archives, and I was like, fuck, I could make really hilarious to me memes about stuff in the campaign.
You can just make memes for yourself.
Yeah, make memes for myself. Well, make them for you 5 people.
Hell yeah.
And the handful that were in the party before.
Wow. Whew. Wow.
Ooh, let's let's share the list of who your. Okay, so we got
Oh yeah, you want to go over that?
a one Yuan T, which is a snake.
Yep.
Snake person. Okay. Interesting.
It's quite the group.
Gnome and gnome. We got a human in there. Look at that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bill? Bob?
Bah.
Good.
Chat, if
Good
you want to
for
come up
you
with a
trying
name
to
for the
catch me up.
human.
Of course, I have a bunch of fucking names
Oh yeah,
ready to
come up
go.
with names, chat.
Yeah, chat, what's the name of the human that we just rescued?
Boone Flayden.
Turtle! Turn up.
Portal.
Yeah, their name's Turtle. They live upstairs.
And I don't know what a kenku is.
A kenku is like a bird person.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the little dragon people.
Yeah, those are kobolds.
Kobolds.
There's a kobold.
I equate a kobold to Mushu from Mulan. Kenkus are cool because they're bird people that can only mimic sounds. Like, they don't have a language. So, like if you hear, like, glass shattering, that's just, like, what they mimic.
Yeah, they have perfect mimicry.
Yep.
Wow.
So, like, their names are just noises.
Yeah. They're very neat. Some people say that they're like very annoying, but it's because people will be like, I will only speak in like phrases that the other people play, and it's like, unless you're a kenku that was just fucking born, you know how to mimic other people.
Right.
You can just say words.
You can just say things.
Say words. Have some catchphrases from like someone who you met who has a cool voice.
Or like, does anybody follow Apollo, the whatever? I think it's some sort of mimicking bird. It's like some guy has Apollo and he'll like, or a bird named Apollo, and he'll like be like, "What's this made of?"
Oh,
And the bird's
yes.
Yeah.
I've not seen that, but I will have to look it up.
Oh,
It's on. I think I like discovered it on TikTok, but I now follow him on Instagram. So every once in a while,
your following has evolved. Daniel, we have asked everyone in the admissions office at work, specifically all the men, how often do you think of the Roman Empire?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Because
You know what? I think about the Roman Empire when dude bros on any social media platform, and I see people complaining about it. That's when I think about it. On my own, fucking never. My mind defaults to D&D or house projects. I never think about the goddamn Roman Empire.
Weird. I think about it
Yeah,
at
you
least
think
once
about-
a week.
You're not a real man.
My mind
No.
defaults to D&D, my girlfriend, my dog, and the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It does. I literally think about the Roman Empire, like the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, the military, their military strategies, and all of that stuff
No, you
at least once a
don't.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, you
I'm
know,
trying to think
I will say there are some times where if I'm doing like a house project, then I'll be like, fucking screws, man. Thanks. Like, simple machines. Goddamn.
That's different.
Incredible. But that's just my weird brain being like, can't believe we invented this shit. That's incredible. Mostly when I'm frustrated with something, and then I'm like, there's a better way to do this, isn't there?
Actually, you don't think about modern plumbing and then start to be like, the Romans.
Yeah, you don't think of aqueducts and you're like, wow.
Well, so if I think of aqueducts, I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool. But I don't just think of them randomly and be like, just a huge hard-on for the Roman Empire.
Hard on for the Romans.
I do not.
It's essentially what it is if you think about it that much.
Oh my
I'm
god.
trying to think of like what like my individual like equivalent to that is, like, for me as a person.
We were trying to figure that out too. Like, if that's just like what men think about, like, what do women think of? Like, what is the Roman Empire equivalent?
Like, I saw one that was like, women, like, there's like a list of 5 that I saw on one guy's TikTok, and he was like, this is what, like, women have told me is what they think about, and one of them was like a couple of them were like true crime stuff.
That's
Oh, getting murdered
I
in a dark.
kind of fall into that because I think about, like,
being
you know,
assaulted.
like Princess Diana's, like, death. I think that was another one, actually, was Princess Diana, and then like the O.J. Simpson trial. Like, I think of that stuff.
What the fuck?
O.J. Simpson trial today, and I'm not kidding about that because I was looking at
And
Bronx.
you Stella.
You
Were
manifested
you
that.
looking up Broncos? Is that what you were about to say?
Well, because they come up like on my Pinterest all the time because I always look up vintage Broncos.
Fucking love the Bronx.
If you haven't joined the Discord, you should join the Bird's Nest. It's in the link tree in my bio while they're talking.
Like beige one, and I was like, oh, this is similar to OJ's white Bronco.
Oh my god.
That I
OJ
like
thinks about
that.
today.
I like that. Oh shit.
That's very silly and fun. Ooh, Seth, you
Yes.
can roll. You can still roll for the Dragonborn and the Goblinoid, because I think you'll get a chromatic and you'll get a Goblinoid type. So you get like Hobgoblin or
Gnomes
something.
too, I think.
Yeah, I got the 2 gnomes, didn't I?
Gnomes, yeah.
Oh, did you post it? Oh, you did. Okay, I was looking at. I just edited my old message.
Oh, I forgot
Oh,
about the
gotcha,
Dragonborn.
gotcha.
I forgot about the fire-breathing dragon.
It's a dragon.
What do I roll for the? Oh, is it in the first page?
Oh, Haley just lost power. She's gonna use her phone as a
no.
hotspot.
Oh.
No.
What the fuck? What did that happen?
Ow.
I don't know.
It's fucking raining.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be someone hit a phone pole.
For the gnomes, I got a rock gnome, a forest gnome, and then I got a hill dwarf, and I'll roll a d20 right now for the dragon.
For the dragon.
For the dragon. I got a 17, which I don't know if that's on the first page or... Oh yeah, Dragonborn. He is a metallic dragon.
Oh.
He's made of metal.
Okay. Hell yeah. I think there was a sub, or if there's not a sub one.
I had a coworker ask, how often do people think of the Mongolian Empire? Not cool.
Never.
Not cool.
Yeah.
My other coworker says only the part about having 16 million descendants.
Oh my god.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of babies.
That do be a lot of babies.
That'd be a lot of child support.
Dude, oh my god.
That would be a hell of a lot.
It's a lot of kiddos.
Too many.
Too many
Just
cooks.
Too freaking many.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
How many times a week do you think about the Too Many Cooks Adult Swim?
Okay, that for real, at least 5 times a week. I will walk down the hall and I will be like, too many cooks, too many cooks.
Cooks can't spoil the broth.
It's so stupid.
Go ahead, Seth, and roll another D100. I found one for a Dragonborn.
fuck?
That'll actually give us a comprehensive instead of being like, it's a chromatic.
I rolled a 2.
A 2. Black Dragonborn.
Okay. Cool.
Acid breath.
Acid. He's an acid-breathing dragon.
Here's a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So resistances.
Mhm.
So one of the new resistances is fire, but I already had fire resistance because of my tiefling
Mhm.
stuff with hellish resistance.
Sure.
So does that mean that now that I have it twice, is that anything different?
Nope. Just still resistant to fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can't. It's a lot like you can't get double advantage. You can't get double resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you could,
But if you could, I mean, there's always the like, hey, can I do this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Throw like 3 nat 20s in a row or something, and it's like,
take those
okay.
odds.
Okay.
Yeah. Or be like, that's a really bad idea. Roll with double disadvantage.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hallie,
Yeah.
my boss just texted me and she goes, I did some more quote unquote research and the women version of the Roman Empire is getting kidnapped or violent crimes.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God.
I don't like that.
I
I'm gonna
don't
say it.
think about that. I mean, I think about the OJ thing often. Not several times a week, but often. But like, yeah. I'm not in the
Definitely.
I feel like I'm not in that camp really. But I kind of am, I guess.
I feel like I think about people doing drugs a lot, but also that's because I work in a psych hospital.
That yeah.
Mm.
You
That,
know,
that makes sense.
mental illness. And
And
sorry.
I love it.
There she is.
Oh my god.
Okay,
She's in the dark.
so-
Lost power.
Oh my god,
That's
I have
fine.
to leave and come back because I can't see that POV.
Okay.
I'm at my parents' house, and they said that they saw like there was like orange and green flashes out the window, like down the road for some reason. So I'm wondering if someone ran
Probably
into
a dark trap.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
Did like a transformer blow or something?
possibly.
It's so random. What the heck?
That's crazy.
Weird.
I mean, it's really a
Damn,
lot.
that's
Like
crazy.
tree, like that could have like fallen and pulled a transform. I don't know. Anyway, so personal hotspot for the win.
Did they need lightning resistance? I just got some of that.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
let's go. Good thing I was charging my laptop this entire time.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanna throw this out there that everyone now in the chat on the stream can comment because I forgot that I made it only an emote chat and someone messaged me
Mode sucks ass.
because I was like I would mute myself and I would ask questions and people would just send fucking emotes and I'm like, guys, come on.
Wow.
Turtle goes, finally. I'm so sorry. I am the group idiot. Okay.
Yeah. This is Seth. Seth is at fault.
Oh my
here.
god,
Seth is-
Haley, did you just leave and come back? Because I cannot see you once again.
It happened
Yeah, I
to me.
couldn't-
Yeah.
I couldn't see you, so I had to.
It keeps
I'm
doing that.
I'm
Like, it
telling
keeps-
y'all.
They go.
It
If she
keeps
comes
doing that.
back,
She-
I'm not gonna be able to see her. If you come back
like-
now, it's gonna spin.
Turtle lives
Yeah.
upstairs. They
Both
go.
of you
I
guys-
can use words now.
Yep, you're gone again still.
Oh my god, Haley.
Yeah, it's happening for me too.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
What if
I
you
can't see
all
either you or
all
Haley.
leave and then come back?
I'll leave and come back.
Bye. Again.
Okay.
Jesus
I really can't.
Wait, did Seth leave?
Hello,
Wait, why?
guys.
Wait, what?
Hey, wait. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Oh my god, Haley, don't leave again.
Also,
I couldn't see you.
also.
And we leave at the same
This
time,
this person goes. I've been talking to myself about the Roman Empire for like half an hour.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my god. I'm so
Uh,
sorry. Don't look at
Yeah,
me, chat.
that's-
Don't look
That's
at me.
wild.
Wait, Seth. What I just came in on with what you're doing, Seth, is like the best thing of all time.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, everyone can hear everyone else. We're good.
I'm good. We can keep going.
more or less. Haley, you got enough. You got enough battery to power through.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Amazing.
Where is Waldo?
Yeah, truly.
Don't look at me.
Waldo is in a hat.
I think everyone needs to look at that.
No! Turtle is calling me out. They said look at him,
Alright, let's keep
chat.
playing. It's 9 o'clock.
Okay, let's get back into
It's
it.
2 a.m. in a warehouse in Rockland.
Wow.
Okay. It's a shout out for Micah, and I think that's the only person, unless chat knows the reference.
That's all I got.
Incredible. So, we are back on the strange demi-planar library with Azilia, Ada, and Rock having sort of just come out of this strange statue experience. Or not a statue, you were just in the model of the Elven city. You find yourselves now, while our friends on the material plane are hanging out and talking with a bunch of people who were turned to stone by a Medusa. You all are sort of looking now at this painting, sort of in like this impressionist style, sort of like steepling or stippling. I don't actually know how it's pronounced. But this sort of like brushes of color wrap around you as you're sort of pulled into this sort of image of like a beautiful sort of like park garden. You can see like tall spires of a city in the distance, smell of like beautiful flowers, warm sun, a strange sort of like look to everything as though it's colored with like brushstrokes of paint. But again, you find yourself sort of walking through this scene as one of these people that are sort of like lounging in this park, following this man, yet again, the stranger next to you. And you now see on his face a little starburst that's been branded there. The three of you that are there, give me a little religion check, just DC 10.
11.
Okay.
Haley,
Well,
you're muted.
Haley, you're muted, but I think that was a 20.
21.
21.
20 on that. Incredible. So you know.
Glad I'm
for
saving it for
sure.
right now.
This actually works. A nat 20 for this. You know that that is the symbol of Coralon, who is one of the elven creator gods.
That was why.
Elven creator gods, also known as the god of wisdom and knowledge. So many of the first druids using their wisdom originally, a lot of their knowledge comes from him. You see that as the brand that is on his face as you're walking through. Ada, you recognize this sort of like park that you're going through. This is the same park where you and Ragnon would meet sort of every year in this space. And as you guys are walking, you see he kind of like pulls out a spell scroll, he uses it, he sort of like casts this God, I had the spell not in my notes anymore, but basically he polymorphs you all, alters your appearance so that you all appear as various Feywild denizens, Eladrin, little like bugbears, hairfolk, as just like there's a little group of you going along. And as you approach this sort of gazebo, sort of in the middle of the park, you see, sort of like back to, not like looking at them, but looking towards you, is Ragnon talking with an Eladrin woman with red hair, sort of lavender skin. As he approaches, you hear the stranger say, "Oi, Ragnan, I need to talk to the girl." And you see Ragnan grabs Ada by the hand, opens a portal, pushes her through, closes the portal. He draws his sword as the stranger approaches, and you see the stranger puts up his hand and he says, "I just need her to finish my task." And you see Ragnan says, "I'm gonna finish my task first, you son of a bitch." And he stabs him through the heart. The stranger explodes. You are all pushed
Wow.
out of this vision, and
Oh shit.
this is Rock. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 25.
Shit, bro.
So if this is one that you can't, if you don't have a +5,
I have
this
a
would be
+4
one.
to con.
Yeah, so this would be one that Ada or Azilia, you guys can use one of your hit die to try and lower it, but you will take the damage. What we've done before. Up to you guys if you want to do it. Otherwise, this will be an auto fail.
Damage is just a number.
Do it. There's how many left? 2?
There's this one, which is 25. The next one is 30.
Gotcha. Do we want to take one each? Or the hit die is what, 6?
For you guys, you have D8s.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, so that brings
I'll-
it down to,
I'll do it too then.
yeah, 23.
Even a little bit's good, you know?
Yeah.
Means it's
I got
possible.
7. So there you go.
Okay, so Ada takes 3, you take 7, and that lowers it down to 15. So much more doable.
Let's go, Micah. Let's go.
And off. All right, just Constitution this
Shit.
time.
It's not good.
It's a 10.
A 10?
Wild.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We tried.
You take
I appreciate it.
math. 17 points of damage.
Beefy.
As you are all shunted back to here. You guys that are still on the material plane, you have now kind of like helped all of these people at this point. Many of them have basically just like wanted to like lie down and sleep because they've been awake for a very long time, fully aware of their surroundings while petrified and cursed. But they do inform you that they were in fact cursed by a Medusa in the lands of forever, beyond the border of the Feywilds. And this chessboard is at the center of her castle that's there. You guys at this point have the benefits of a short rest for Grog and Zephyrus. So although you used a bunch of your hit die to help your friends, whichever ones you have left, you can roll those hit die to regain any more of the hit points that you want. And whatever things that recharge on a short rest, you get those as well. Rock, you now get the card Unnatural Banes.
Alright, Unnatural Banes. The outer planes are not kind to wild magic sorcerers. You are vulnerable to damage from necrotic, radiant, force, or psychic damage.
Yeah. So part of the gift and curse of being a supercharged wild magic sorcerer. How's Ada feeling after seeing that strange encounter from the opposite side?
I would say a bit anxious as to whether or not that's like essentially something. I mean, obviously, it's going to be pertaining to something that is going to be happening in the future because this is the second time I've seen something.
Yeah. I will say for clarity's sake, when you were pushed through, those were the people that you saw approaching before, who were coming to take you. Before Ragnar pushed you through, you did see a group of people coming to take you, and you now recognize you were those people.
Well, yeah. No, I like when you said like the skin and the hair color, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I would say
Some-
Ada is just like freaked out.
Okay. Good. Ada kind of freaking out a little bit as we come back. You're kind of like flash of light as the stranger explodes, and sort of like blinking your eyes. You suddenly smell like peanuts and stale sweat, and sort of like the trumpeting of elephants and people laughing and cheering around you, eating sort of like popcorn in the stands. You see yourselves walk out of the big top, and the carnival barker, after you all have walked through, he blows this little burst of magic towards you, which gave you that energy to mechanically that little boost of magic to grant you your next level before you reach the next step of the stepstones. After he closes it, and you are actually, a bunch of the carnival hands are kind of like gesturing for people to come in sort of the center of the ring to be teleported away. You see the carnival barker, he says, "Well, folks, it's good to see you again. Why don't you come along with me and we'll have a little bit of a chat, say?" Kind of like takes off his map and starts to wipe off sort of makeup as he's going. And he says, "I guess the last few times we saw each other, I was just a humble ringmaster, but..." And as you see he's sort of like wiping this off, you see he's wiping off of a glamour, and his voice changes. As he does so, sort of like this like greasy slick back hair becomes this sort of same short cut, kind of like light sandy hair. Normal human man, kind of unremarkable, truly. Not handsome, not ugly, just a very plain face. Getting to see him closer now, without his like ringmaster makeup on that was very garish. He is kind of like walking you guys back, and you now see that he's like going to this sort of like side tent of his. And he says, "I'm certain that you were somehow projected here, because I can see all of you, especially," and points at Rock, says, "You're all glowing brighter than the noonday sun in the ethereal plane right now. You are quite illuminated, and you just have the most magic flowing through you right now that I think we should maybe talk, because I think you've got a little bit of me in you now." And looking to Rock, he sort of like with the tent flap open says, "I would tell you more about, I think, where you came from, but if you want to have your friends come too, that's all right."
I definitely would like to know more, and these guys have been with me the whole way, so they can come right along.
All right. As you wish. Come on. He opens the flap. You guys go in. You see it's just kind of like a humble ringmaster's tent. Lots of just like screwing about and lots of like costumes and makeup. He has his own vanity, small bed in the corner. But you do see as he's finishing wiping off the sort of like makeup, you see the last brand that is on his face is one that you guys recognize because it is the symbol of a sort of crook in the shape of an eye, which is the goddess Andreas, who you all were at her temple or I should say, not all of you, but Ada and Azilia were at their temple very, very early on in your adventure, and were protecting that scroll for some time before it was taken. But you see, he kind of like sits down, sighs heavily, looking up. He goes, "All right. I know it's been a few thousand years since I've seen your glow about you, but here's the long and short of it. Kind of first age, few thousand years ago, myself and a bunch of mortals fucked over the gods by stealing nectar from their table. We drank it, and we made ourselves the first sorcerers, and gave ourselves and our offspring, like your friend here, innate magic. As punishment, I get tasked," and he kind of points to his cheek, "to be an errand boy for one of the gods, 1,000 years of punishment. When I die, which I assume you have seen a number of times, I am reincarnated. I do not remember my past lives, but I do remember faces and magical entities that I encounter, such as yourselves, who have only gotten brighter and brighter as I've seen you through a few thousand years. I don't know why, and I don't know what happened to you, but right now you're some kind of astral projection. And you're in the ethereal plane, and you got some of that magic that made me in you. So, you've probably seen some stuff, because I can't remember things, but if I'm around things that are old, and old magic and old memories stick with things, objects, structures. Could be a painting, could be a sculpture, could be any kind of magical item. Specifically, things that were individual, one of a kind. Because myself and the other Forsaken, which there was about a dozen of us, still working for the gods, we made a lot of those first magical items that pretty rare, pretty hard to find, but if you're around them, around old things, you'll probably see some visions if they're related to me. Because if you're here and I can see you, you got some of my blood in you. That's about it. And I wish I could answer questions, but all I got is this lifetime, and I decided to be a simple ringmaster until one of them tells me what to do. But for now, I'm waiting for Andreas herself to give me some insight in what to do. But you got any questions before you get shunted back to wherever? What do you need to know?
Are you my grandpa?
Many hundreds of generations removed. Yeah.
So, Big Dad.
Yeah. Big Dad.
Yo, you're Sky Daddy.
I guess you can call me Big Dad. Yeah.
I gotta say, it's really nice to meet you, Big Dad.
It's good to meet one of my offspring and to see that they're cared for by some folks like your friends here.
Can we visit? Should I send you letters?
Oh my god.
You could certainly try. The only problem is I don't have a name. So I'm just a stranger. So if you try and send a letter to the stranger, it's going to be hard to specify because he kind of gestures. We all kind of look like this now. We're not special anymore because the gods, as punishment, made us unremarkable and uninteresting. So we could go about doing their tasks without someone stopping us for being unlikely to be in a spot where we're supposed to be, doing something that we weren't supposed to do, which is, I'm sure, something that I've done in the past. Probably hurt people, and I hope people like yourselves don't get hurt. But you could certainly find my carnival at some point. Right now it's in the Feywild, but it might be on another plane at some point. If you ever find it, I would very much like to see you.
I'll do that. And I think you're really incredible, regardless of what's happened. And I look forward to seeing you in all the old things.
Yeah, I hope so. Just don't judge me too much by what you've seen, because some of it wasn't good. And you see he starts to like literally choke up. It's like, I've seen what the others have done, and we're not good people.
I want to like reach out and try to like reach for his hands to like hold his hands in mine
Yeah, you're able to hold hands with him.
and say, all of life is full of balance. And you have had to make giant sacrifices for all of the good things that you've given to the rest of us. And know that that doesn't go unseen.
Oh, thanks, kiddo.
You're welcome,
That's-
Big Dad.
That's very kind.
I fucking can't. I can't.
Well, I suppose I can pull. I know I gave you folks a little bit of magic earlier, but I can probably pull something together. You're projected somewhere, I would assume, on this plane somewhere. Temporally might be different, but your aura, your astral aura, that is, looks like you're on the Feywild. Would you like to go back there?
I think so. I think that's where our bodies are. I would like
Ah.
to go back to my small body.
Okay.
I guess it's small here too, but you know.
Good. Good. Well, I hope there's something good waiting for you on the other side. And if you see more of my stuff, just know that you'll go kind of catatonic if you're around something. So be careful if you're in a museum or in a fancy library, something like that, where someone's collected a lot of old things. If you cover your eyes, as long as you don't look at it, you should be okay. So, yeah, I try to not go into, fancy establishments. That's kind of why I'm here. But just a little reminder at the end. And he gives you a big hug, goes down on one knee, puts a hand on your shoulder. You feel yourself sort of like shifting and moving back, and you are all pulled through time, and you all are back in your bodies at this point. You
I want to like
see...
yell through that. I want to yell through that progression, just like, "See you later, Big Dad."
I'll see you later, kiddo. And you appear back. You may now take out the last card, Touch the Weave, and this is going to be a DC 30 Constitution saving throw.
Should I roll first or read the card first?
You should roll first. For you guys, mechanically, you can still.
Roll that. How
Okay.
many points do you have left?
Oh, I
I
guess.
have-
Sorry, I have to retcon. You're not back in your bodies. You're back in the gallery.
Ah, okay.
Of the,
Okay. But I still need to roll a.
yes.
DC 30.
Zilia and Ada can roll their hit die to lower that. Otherwise, it's going to be basically an auto fail.
I just
Um,
need 2 again.
A 2, okay. 28. So you can roll. You can roll however many more that you have left. You should be checking them off.
What do you have for? You can roll hit die for yourself too, right?
On a short or long rest, it's basically mechanically. This is sort of like using the resources to, basically, this little bit of a sacrifice to stop your friend from, being knocked to 0.
Yeah, I just didn't know. Okay.
Like, can I roll hit dice for me,
That's
that's
what it.
or would that be
Yeah,
counterintuitive?
not. This is sort of like the end of your turn is happening now, so it's your friends are using their reaction.
Gotcha.
I got a 1.
27.
Shit.
Another 2.
Okay.
What did you need?
Okay, wait.
What did you need to pass?
25.
I'll roll another one. Hold on.
What did you need
Okay.
to succeed?
Now it's 25.
I can
Alright,
roll
so
up to a 24
That's
without
a 6.
anything.
Okay,
So,
down to 19.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. And you've got
computer
a
gods.
plus. So this one I will allow for the last is Constitution or Charisma.
Oh shit! I have +8 to charisma. I'm
Oh my
doing that one.
God,
for sure.
pick that one.
Hell yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Fucking +8.
All right.
Yeah, baby. That's a fucking nat 1, my guy. That's a nat 1, my guy.
Okay. The very last roll of this gauntlet. Unfortunately, you rolled Charisma.
Oh,
My big dad.
God.
Okay. You're gonna take full damage, and I need you to go into your character sheet editor
Shit.
and reduce your score by 2. So basically, if you have 19, becomes 17. If you had a rounded, like 18, becomes 16.
Wait,
Incredible that the very last one ended up doing that. Seth almost did that, but he had the help action, I believe. Incredible that
What do I need to reduce?
you used charisma for the saving throw.
Yeah.
So you'll basically go into your ability scores, go to charisma, and then override score. Just lower it by 2.
So like
basically-
my charisma is a 16. You would just lower that by however much it was.
Yeah. So it's
I have
16
a
would become-
20.
Okay.
That's still
yeah,
good.
you're- As this magic changes you, fundamentally, your saving throw truly is not. Yeah, the magic is basically sort of like tearing you apart. Okay, I'll re-roll that.
What am I taking for damage?
Oh, like triple digits.
Good.
It's not so bad.
Fucking that one.
Only
Paul's new character, but I just met Big Dad.
16 points of damage.
Okay, I'm literally at one hit point.
Oh, you survived.
Amazing.
Reroll damage, Daniel. Do it. Take him
I was
out.
probably smelling that old book.
Okay.
Really pulled me through.
Uh,
That was definitely it.
so,
Yeah.
Quick, hit her a bit.
so you guys are back in the gallery. If you have hit points, you're able to use your action to go back to your bodies without incident.
But then we're gonna take 1 damage coming out of the water.
Yes.
I mean, we wouldn't know that, but like mechanically, does that mean that I would be at 0?
You.
my-
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought, and I'll still act as if I don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just okay. Yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
can
I don't
get
know
more
what else I would
vitality
do.
again?
If you got the slots, you can.
I do. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah. You could do it now, or you could wait to cast it on all of your friends. I leave that to you.
All right,
We
fine.
just like wait until like we can just go back up.
Just
Just,
die.
like, there's
Rock,
no reason to be
Yeah, just die.
here. Like,
Die.
I'm okay. I still have 1 hit point. Like, it'll be fine. And then, like, cast it on all of us. There's no reason to do it here.
Yep.
All right, fine.
Alive, dead. Alive,
Hell
dead.
yeah.
Alive, dead.
So you guys all spend your action. You focus, close your eyes, open them. You are back in your body, in the quintessence of the wellspring. You do all take 3 damage as you walk out. So Rock
No.
immediately
Rude.
You just see him like,
goes unconscious.
and then
His little body couldn't handle it.
as you walk out. But I will say, if you want to do Aura of Vitality beforehand, we'll kind of hand wave it as you're going through to do that. We'll just kind of skip those saves for the sake of brevity. And as you are sort of like retrieving your gear, you see all these people, you see your friends coming back together, and bubble starts to form over this chessboard of the Medusa as it sinks down into the wellspring, and darkness covers all of you.
Oh no.
And as it gets darker and darker, it is pitch black. No one's really talking, and it's a very, very long time. Mechanically, you may, if you wish, take a long rest.
let's go, baby.
But I will ask. You did have a moment at the wellspring. Did either of you, Ada or Grog, those of you that had those 2 cursed magic items, as you guys were like leaving this space with the wellspring, did you dispel the magic on either of those items, or do you still have it with them?
It's still in my backpack.
Okay.
Still have it.
Okay. Great. Just making sure.
Because that will come
so-
back to bite us.
Yeah.
So you're basically in pitch blackness. You can light a small fire, and as you're going through, mechanically, this is a long rest. While you're kind of like waiting for something to happen in the dark. If you guys want, or Grog, if you want to attune to that axe, you also have the prince there now, who looks much less like pale and much more like a human, but just with very long ears, and kind of is now just sitting kind of like happily with Camilla at this point. You seem or give me a little insight check as you guys are sitting around this little campfire with them.
All of us?
Yeah. Because you were, I will say, I know it's been like a little while, but all of your characters, I think, are reasonably suspicious about them.
I mean, I tried to fucking kill him like a month ago.
Yeah.
30-20.
I'm so sorry.
Now you.
So is it like dark right now, almost as if it just like became night like instantly?
Yeah, because you guys basically sunk down with the chessboard and all of these people who are now there and kind of like whispering, a little bit worried. This is just insight to kind of like get a bead, because you guys were sort of like in a confrontation with the prince.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. As you're looking at the two of them, the prince certainly looks enamored with her. But I think Rock, with a dirty 20, you're able to glean, because you did poke into her mind just deep enough. You can see in both like her body language and the way that she's kind of like talking, with the prince, and he's very much like, "Oh, I'll be so happy when we'll just have a farm in the material plane, and then we'll raise goats and chickens, and then we can live off the land, and I won't be like making people sad anymore. I don't have this aura of sorrow around me. It's wonderful." And she's very much just like, that's very nice. And is positioning herself so that she never has her back to your party, in a way that she is prepared to defend herself at this point.
Ooh.
Is there anything you want to do or talk to any of these folks before we kind of end for the night, as you guys are sitting in this darkness?
Grog, settle.
Put those things away.
I don't want to fight anyone. Can I cast Divine Sense?
Yeah.
And I'll just
what does that do?
Yeah, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead.
Camilla is a fiend.
Yeah. She's gonna fucking die.
Interesting.
I will say, does that require verbal or somatic components, or is that just something you like?
It's just
do?
like my eyes just. It's part of my channel divinity stuff. Just.
I gotcha. Cool. Can you roll a deception check for me?
Oh my god. Oh, that's a 6.
Okay.
Amazing.
Camilla clocks that for sure, as
Fine.
you're
Fuck 'em.
trying to do it kind of subtly, but your eye kind of flashing in the darkness. You see that she saw that happen, but doesn't currently make a move. Is still just sitting with the prince. What does Grog do with this information?
I think Grog's gonna tighten his fist and just fucking lock eye contact. And he's not gonna tell anybody.
Okay.
And he's just gonna hold his action and just prepare for war.
Okay. Cool. You kind of sit and wait this out. You know that Camilla has transformed into something inhuman. I believe the last thing that you had mentioned that you wanted to do a little while ago was attune to Faebane.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that during this long rest?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and add the Axe Faebane. If you search that in your inventory, you should be able to find it.
Yep.
Go ahead and attune it and equip it, and we'll say the last thing, if you want to read that description to this very cursed object.
What does this say? It's already in my inventory?
You should be able to add item and then search for it, because it's a homebrew item called Faebane. Not just it is a +3 axe, but it has some other properties because it is cursed.
It just.
If you're not able to find it, I can add it to your character sheet.
Yeah, could you? I'll
Yep.
try searching for it again.
Yeah.
Because it just gives me like what. Like the. Oh, hold on. Right there.
Yeah. Let me
Equipment.
just make sure that you have accents. Okay, you have homebrew content turned on.
Inventory? Oh, it's a different
yeah.
one. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Here we
yeah.
go.
And go ahead and attune that to yourself as well.
Oh, yeah. Chink. Okay. Forged by a Badgerfolk blacksmith, In a frozen volcano, this axe carries the malice and hatred of who was wronged. The blacksmith killed King Adrin, the royal archfey of the Autumn Court, with this weapon. The blacksmith disappeared with this axe shortly after when the court fell into a civil war and his name was erased. After destroying his spirit that was trapped on the stepstones, only the axe of the Kingslayer remains. You gain a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. In addition, while you are attuned to this weapon, your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level you have attained. Holy shit. Okay, cursed. This axe is cursed, and becoming attuned to it extends the curse to you. As long as you remain cursed, you are unwilling to part with the axe, keeping it within reach at all times. You also have disadvantage on attack rolls with weapons other than this one. You may only end your attunement to Febane by use of the Remove Curse spell or an equivalently powerful magical means. Forged with Hatred is the next category. While attuned to Febane, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or use your action each round to attack the Archfey nearest to you with the axe. If you can make extra attacks as part of the attack action, you use those extra attacks moving to attack the next nearest Archfey after you fell your current target. If you have multiple possible targets, you attack one at random. You must continue to attack until you start your next turn with no Archfey within 60 feet of you that you can see. Holy shit, there's a lot. Made to kill. There was no love in making this instrument of war. Febane can only do lethal damage. Holy shit. Execution.
Oh
Execution. On a critical hit, any creature native to the Feywild with less than 100 hit points is decapitated and killed. If the creature has more than one head or no head, critical damage is done normally and only one head is removed. Holy shit. Okay. Returning weapon. The axe returns to your hand immediately after being thrown to the made a range attack. And
You're Thor.
yeah,
Thor.
yeah, I'm fucking what's his name from God of War. Odious Aura. People appear uneasy around you while you are attuned to Febane. You have disadvantage on charisma or persuasion checks, but have advantage on being charmed. Holy shit!
Yeah, so you should see a bunch of disadvantage
I have
on your sheet.
I have disadvantage on deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion.
Yep. So anytime you roll that, go ahead and right click on it, the little box, and then just hit disadvantage.
Wow.
So heavily cursed object. Yeah.
Wait, so does that like mean that like are we at risk?
None of you are Archfey. But if
Yet.
if Ada puts on the crown, she becomes an Archfey.
Someone just said, "Wow."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Stella,
Holy
did you
shit.
hear it? Did you hear what he just said?
Yes, I know.
I guess Grog's got to die.
I will say the language of the curse specifies that is the Archfey that you can see.
So I'm immediately gonna go into a rage and kill this woman.
If you can see her,
Can
if
I
you
see-
blind
Needs to be
yourself.
invisible.
Can I see
Yeah.
her?
If you find yourself, Grog,
Why would I do that? She's fucking evil.
Camilla
Okay,
is not
so-
a fae. She is a fiend.
Oh fuck.
yes.
If
It could be
if I
that.
cast
That's
like
okay.
prestidigitation, like minor illusion, or no, like if I cast something on Ada that would like make her not look like Ada, because I have that in a few, somewhere something. make her look different, would that count as seeing her?
No, because her mechanically is an arch. Like whoever puts on that crown immediately becomes the royal archfey like
Yeah.
ruler. So
I mean, do you have to
your
do that right
categorization, all of
now?
you are like humanoids. Your categorization will change to become like fey or archfey. Is a type of fey creature.
Just kick me out of the group before you do that.
Or just do remove curse and break the attunement.
Yeah, that's
I
it
was
too.
gonna say, how soon do I get like remove curse, dispel?
Well, can you not remove the curse yourself? Somebody else have to do it.
If you have the remove curse spell, you can go ahead and cast that on yourself.
Can I do that right now? Probably not. Yikes, bro.
Yeah, it's a really bad.
Nah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's kind of why
Is
now
it?
you know it also does
I
2d10
do have the remove
of cold
curse.
damage. Okay, cool. So Ada could technically, if you want to break that attunement,
We gotta at least see what the
Hell
fuck
yeah,
it
I do.
does.
I'm not trying to die.
I won't kill you, just the axe will try to kill you.
That's 16. Murderer
Axes
said.
don't kill people, people with axes kill people. I just want to see it once. I want to use it at least once, Stella.
You can use
If you use it, if you dispel the curse, I would not be mad. I just got a really cool toy and I just want to fucking use it.
That's valid.
But like, I wouldn't be upset.
That's totally valid.
entirely valid.
But, you know, I just. On a different phase.
On a different one. I mean, do what you want. I mean, Grog is not resisting. He's just here right now.
But also, like, who knows if it's gonna be me? Haven't decided yet. Could be
Well,
cool,
it's not as cool as that, but I haven't read Channel the Weave yet. If
Oh,
anyone's
yes.
curious about it.
No, yeah. You do have Channel to Weave now.
You should read that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's yeah. That one's pretty.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, much like the others, the top tier one is the most of a gamble, I should say.
I cannot wait to use some of this shit that Daniel gave me.
Channel the Weave. 1 time per day, a dangerous gamble for a sorcerer who wishes to reach out and grasp the source of magic. You may use a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level as a free action. The casting time must be 1 action and from the sorcerer's spell list. At the end of your turn, after casting this chosen spell, make a con save, DC 20 plus the spell's level. On a failed save, you take a level of exhaustion equal to the spell's level. On a pass, you gain 20 plus the spell's level of temporary hit points. This ability cannot be used until the next dawn. Reaching 6 levels of exhaustion results in death. So using this ability to cast a spell above 5th level kills you at the end of your turn.
Damn. Wow.
If I'm like ever ready to go out and it's like the last session of these guys just go out doing a huge frickin' touch the weave. Here I go.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
I explode into nothing because of the other one of when I die and then I'm just like a magical explosion.
Hell yeah.
Certainly just
So-
rainbow sparks.
The very last
Gotta be
thing,
gay.
or after the last thing, Ada and Grog, you may now go into your managed feats and take the feat Divine Magic of the Wellspring. Rock and Zephyrus, you can go into managed feats and take Arcane Magic of the Wellspring.
Ooh.
And for Azealia, Primal Magic of the Wellspring is in there, and it has been updated, so will be different options for you to go through than when you did it the first time.
Oh, so I've got
I
to
updated
add.
them so they're all matchy, or at least should be. Hopefully, they were giving me problems before, but that's pretty much it. You guys endured the wellspring. You made it through this hell of a gauntlet, and will arrive somewhere at the start of our next session. How we doing, gang?
Great.
So good.
I have a question. When I add the thing to manage feats. Where the heck did it go? It says, shoot, hold on a second. It says arcane magic of the wellspring. Surviving the wellspring has granted you access to arcane magic and mental prowess. And then underneath it says, no choice made, prestidigitation.
Yeah, so those will give you the you have a spell choice and increase one of your mental stats by 1.
Okay. And then do I just go to the little anvil and do that at some point?
You can do them right there
Really? Wait.
from the little drop down, from where it says no choice made. But if you want to look at the spell list, you can go through that. They should be cantrips for first level spells. I tried to balance them, but of course, what is balancing in D&D?
How do I get to
The feats.
Oh, the feats? Yeah, you're gonna go features and traits, and then the smaller tab that says feats, just below it.
Oh, okay. I am in the character builder. That is not ready.
Yeah, you can't do it through character builder, because this is external to the like 4th or 8th level ability score or a feat.
Oh my
something
gosh,
different.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you don't have to go back and like change up ability score stuff.
Thank
it's managed.
goodness.
Yeah, no. It's managed feats on your like sheet inside it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I will go
Ah,
back.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, should have
You are
been
good.
a little bit more clear. Ah, sick. Well, I hope the folks at home, if you're still here, had fun.
They're still here.
Otherwise, okay, sick. I hope it's not just all of us not having turned it off.
I just left, so now we'll know.
Amazing. So, how we doing, gang? Y'all survived.
This is some good D&D shit.
One did.
Can I go to bed?
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we can call it. I know we ran late. Unless you guys want to do roses and thorns. I'm good either way. We can also just pick it up at the beginning of next one.
If you're gonna do roses and thorns, I'm gonna go to bed.
Do you want to just like table it?
Yeah,
Put
yeah,
a,
we can table it.
put
That's
a pin
good.
in it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, gang.
Alright.
Hell
Night, yo.
yeah.
Bye,
Night,
chat.
folks.
Thanks.
Twitch stream for watching.
Thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll do this
Yeah.
again. This was exciting. There's so many people here. So
Amazing.
All 6
amazing.
still there.
There's like 9 of us, so that's great.
Wow.
I'm running away.
Running away.
Cool.
Bye.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.